Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am Nagendra Siram and on this channel we simplify coding concepts for developers like you. So today I am going to explain about exceptions. So what are exceptions? Exceptions are the errors which occur when we are writing the code. So there are total three types of exceptions. One is compile time exception. Compile time exception. And the second one is runtime exception. And the third one is logical exception. So the compile time exception is nothing but if you have seen my previous videos there where it is like the red line as here as it is shown, there also the red line will appear, or else the compiler tells which line there have been an error. So that is nothing but compile time error, which we will be resolved only then we will get an output. And the logical error is nothing but you have expected some output, but we got the another output. So that is due to our logical exception. Like if you divide any number by zero, we will get that type of an exception or any other types. And the runtime error is nothing but exceptional handling, which I will explain now. I will go to my VS Code and I will try to explain you. As now, we will take a number as num equal to 10 and we will try to divide. We will use divide. So, divide is equal to num by 10. As you can see, if we write system dot out dot println num, not num, divide. So, if we try to run this code, if you try to run this code as we got 1, I must divide by 0 so that you will understand. So as you can see in the compiler, exception in thread main java.lang arithmetic exception divide by 0. So the compiler is telling these are known as the compile time errors. It will be resolved only when you try to do it. So if you are going to do by 2, so we'll get as 5. So as you can see the error has been resolved and then only we are going to get the output. So you expect that you must get 0, but you are doing division. So in that case, these are known as logical type errors. As you can see, we got 0. And somehow, like if you divide even by 0, somehow you want to try to get the output, or somehow you want to manage. Then we are going to do try and catch block. So try is something where you expect the error may come. As you can see, catch. So you can see it is showing. I will tell what is exception in detail. As you can see, now we will tell in this catch block. As you can see here, when we do divide by 0, we are getting this output. Now I will do as println, we will write as exception has occurred. So if we write this, and now if I try to run this code, as you can see, I have got like this exception has occurred. So as you can see, this try block will see if there are error any error occurs here like this in this, it will go to the catch block. In cricket, as you know, if the bat hits and the all-rounder or the catcher who catches the ball, he is out. In the same way, the try, if it catches any errors, it will throw into catch. So the catch uses his methods and it will show the output as you can see here. If you want exceptionally, like you can use multiple try and catch. So they are known as multiple try and multiple catch methods. As you know that if I use exception, now I'm going to write system.out.println. This is an AE exception. Arithmetic exception. There are some exceptions which are arithmetic exception, array index bound of exception, null pointer exception, and SQL and IO exception. Like as you can see, this which are divisible by zeros and those are our arithmetic exception comes under. And if you know that if I do this as 10 and if I do as int arr equal to new int, let us take for example 2. Now I am going to write as arr of 0 equal to 10, arr of 1 is equal to 15, arr of 2 is equal to 20. Now if I run this, we will get an exception called as array index bound of exception. As you can see here, exception has occurred. See, I have declared that exception, or else if you want which exception has occurred, we can use this. E is used to tell which exception has occurred. As you can see here, exception has occurred java.lang.array index bound of exception, index 2 out of bound, as it is telling this is the error occurred. As you must have only 2, but we are having 3. So this is the error. Like that we have null pointer exception, SQL IO exception, and the runtime exceptions are mostly of arithmetic, array index bound, and null pointer exceptions, and mostly those are known as unchecked exceptions, and the SQL and IO exceptions are known as checked exceptions. So I think you all understand what is try and what is catch. So if you use, so now I haven't explained about like E is right. So E tells about what is the exception. Exception is the java.lang. It extends throwable. Exception extends throwable, and throwable extends a class called object. It is the head of all the top of the class. And now I am going to tell about a finally block. Finally block is nothing but if you try and catch the error, even though it doesn't matter, it will print its own statement. If you see system.out.println hello world, if I write as, even if I delete, like even if I delete, not delete, if I run this code, it will say hello world. As you can see, the try and catch, it doesn't matter at all. It will only go for finally, as it sees the try, it goes to catch, and if nothing is there, it will do nothing and it will go directly to the finally block and it will print the finally block statement. And if you see in this statement, like which I have done before, if you try to copy and now if you try to paste, see these we are getting an exception. As you can say, exception arithmetic has already been caught because the exception is the mother of all these arithmetic exception and IO exception, SQL exception, and array index bound of exception. So no need to write again. So if you write this one, it is enough. Or you know what the error may come if you write this one, it is enough. So you can create your own custom exceptions, and I will explain you how to create your own custom exceptions. Like I have to write as class what we can take. Now it is demo, right? So we will write as extends exception. As if you can see, now I will write a message as public demo. I'm creating a constructor string yes. I'm calling the super class of this class. So this class is the custom exception class. So now I'm going to create a method that throws the custom exception. As I'm going to create a class public class custom exe if I write. Now in this I'm going to write as public static void check. I'm going to write int number throws. We have to write the exception class name demo as if number is less than 0, we are going to throw new demo. As you can see, number cannot be negative. Number can't be negative. And we are going to print as system.out.println number is valid or number is positive. Now in this public, I am going to use the try method of check. I no need to, as you can see, so I will provide a number of -1. As you can see, there are undefined. Oh, as you can see now, if I'm going to run this code, like I have to change the catch method also. I will delete this one, catch e dot, we will get the message. As you can see, I will delete this also. Now if I am going to run this code, As you can see, exception has occurred, number cannot be negative, as it will tell this. If the number is, as you can see, e dot get message, so it will go to here and it will tell number can't be negative. If the number is positive, let us take, yes, it is telling number is positive. So what is the use of this? Is the class exception class, and this is the method which we are going to create for custom exception. And if it is negative, we are going to throw this. So there are two methods, new, throws and throw. The purpose of throw is to explicit thrown an exception. The purpose of throws is to declare that a method can throw an exception. The location is used inside a method, the throw is, and the location of the throws is used in the method signature, as you can see, and the usage is followed by an exception object followed by an exception class name. As you can see here, it is the class name. Only one exception at a time can be used as throw. Multiple exceptions can be used for throws. As you know, now e dot get message comes to here and it will get this message. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I think you guys like this video, so like, share and subscribe my channel. And that's all. Thank you.